Hey everybody, this is Glenda, your integrative nurse coach. And I know that I've been gone for a moment and I'm being told that that's a difficult way to keep subscribers. So I'm going to try to do a better job of that. But I wanted to stop in to say hello. We're kind of getting towards the end of the year, and I know for those who are goal-oriented people, like myself, we get real nervous in November because December is approaching, and then it's what didn't I do and why didn't I do it? And I always say that goals are, setting goals and completing them it's an ongoing process, and it just kind of depends on what's going on in your life at the time. I mean, I personally had some things happen here around the summer that created some challenges for me, and I got to the point where I said, you know what, I'm just going to have to accept that this is part of the process and work through it. And so sometimes you just have to trust the process, whatever that looks like for you. If that means that you're kind of praying about your issues, I think the important thing is to make sure that you understand that you only have control over what you have control over. And I know for me, I kind of got into a rut with thinking about all of the things that were happening. And, finally, just, I decided that, okay, I need to accept that I can only take care of what I can take care of. And so I began to think less about it. And again, I said, I'm just going to trust this process. And things kind of worked out for me. It was related to some work situations, and so it's all good. It's all good. So I'm going to try to do a better job of doing videos, because I think this part of it is fun, and I like offering some tips around self care. I've been in the healthcare arena long enough to see that navigating this beast is a challenge. I mean, you have to be pretty smart nowadays just to understand things around your insurance and benefits and coverage, and being proactive with your health care, and trying to do the right things, understanding what resources are available to you, how to communicate with your practitioner. So there's so much going on. I mean, it's almost like you have to take classes to understand how to navigate through the healthcare process if you have any problems. So I'm going to try to spend a little time on talking about some things like that, as well as we can kind of talk about what our goals are. And I want to add that I'm excited that I did complete my goal to implement my curriculum, The Art of Being Me, transforming negative self-images. And I was able to do that earlier in the summer at a juvenile detention center where I lived in my hometown before, and it was great. It went well. It was definitely a challenge with that audience, and my curriculum is designed to customize it with your group, and I really had to do a lot of customization, and so it did not flow the way I wrote it, and I had to just kind of work with it and go with it. And I think for me, I felt like it was a success, in the fact that I was able to accomplish it, and I was able to implement it as I had planned. The feedback was it was kind of mixed, but it was because I was offering it to a group of young people who are, they have a lot of anxiety. They have a lot of, I want to say, misplaced or displaced emotions. And so it was an opportunity for them to understand that, through some of the meditation activities that are involved in the curriculum, that it's valuable to be able to stop that chatter in the head, to be able to sit still, to be able to be in the moment. And it was also a bit scary for them as well. I did blog about it, so it's on my website, www.timemindlife.com. On my blog page, kind of blogged about the experience, because it was, I learned a lot from it too. And what it helped me realize is that we have a population of young people out here who are just, they are so stressed, and there's a lot of anxiety. And it's not just this population of kids in a juvenile detention center. And I'm just speaking from my experience personally. It is, you encounter a lot of young people, and they are stressed. And some of it is because of pressures from family and school, and friends, and now with, I think, with the social media platforms, the fact that they have real time into the lives of other people, and there's just so many dynamics to, and in addition to that, that they are going through the adolescence phase, which, that's another beast within itself, as far as all of the developmental changes that they're experiencing at that time, before puberty and after. So I would say overall, it was a good experience for me, and I think it was a good experience for the students also. I know it was, but it was challenging because it was a group of young people who, they were focused on, all of the elements around their incarceration, why they were there. There were some challenges in the group where they became very, they were sort of abrasive in their tone, when they talked to each other. And so I could just sense a lot of the frustration and the anger around that. So when we got to the part about, meditating and journaling, just writing things down, I believe those are very productive activities for them, and it allowed them to release some of the frustration and anxiety and other things that they may have been experiencing during that time. So I'm pretty pleased with that. I will go back and do some, rewrite some areas of it, but I'm hoping at some point I'll be able to implement this with other young adults and adolescent, and actually I think it would be good for adults as well. And it doesn't have to be with a group of folks who are incarcerated, because I think there are a lot of things that we all kind of experience about just trying to understand those thoughts in our head. And so, assessing how they got there. And then, of course, once they're brought to our attention, how do we address and move forward with how we're going to deal with these thoughts? So just wanted to take a moment to talk about that real quick. And I'll be back, because I just did a couple little snippets on Instagram around chronic illness. My title was Chronic Illness, It Takes a Village. And so I had an experience this summer. My mother was diagnosed with diabetes, and she lives in another state. And just the challenges of helping her and supporting her. And nowadays, with navigating the healthcare system, we really have to support each other, and we have to educate each other, and work towards being health literate. So I'll be back. We'll continue our discussion. Take care, everyone. It's good to be back. I hope everybody has been well. So thank you.